Yeah, Jalen, I know so far in a couple of scrimmages in the spring, y'all have gotten a lot of special teams work in. How have you seen that area of the game progressing for y'all?
I think it's improving a lot. They're definitely putting a bigger emphasis. Not saying it weren't in the past, but now we're doing a lot more reps with it. We're getting a lot more young guys in, and we're starting to see, who can really contribute and help us there. Because, like I said, special teams is a very important part of the game. And honestly, last year we saw that it made and break some games for us. So we're definitely making that big emphasis from punt to kickoff return, punt return to our kicking game, and just making sure we're in the right spots. And we know everybody knows their assignments because you never know who's going to go down. So doing a really good job, and Coach Fountain's doing a really good job of emphasizing special teams and making sure everybody knows what they're doing.
And I'm wondering what you've seen out of Miles Slusher this spring and how he's progressed since last season.
I always told Miles, you just see the growth in him. You can tell that he had a year under his belt, and he's starting to pick up on things a lot faster. He's making plays out there, and he's just doing his assignment, doing his job. He's not trying to do too much except for his job, and you can see how it's benefiting the defense and helping us out as well. So I'm glad he's on our back end, and he's doing a really good job for us.
Nate?
Yeah, Jalen, Simeon Blair has gotten a lot. The coaches have really talked him up this spring. Has he surprised you at all on how well he's done? Just how do you feel he's done?
A lot of people that weren't behind that, a lot of people that see him from the outside would say so, but for me, I'm not, because I've seen him from behind the scenes, how much work he's put in the film room, us doing drills together, and just seeing him progress and just seeing his hunger to get better each and every day. I think we're kind of motivated the same. We just want to get better each and every day, and we're never satisfied. We watch film together all the time, figuring out what we have to do to get better. Like, maybe we can do this and do that. But I'm just proud of him for stepping up in the back end and making plays. And I'm glad to see he's getting the recognition that he deserves from the coaches and the outsiders.
Feel the secondary will be a lot deeper even than last year.
A whole lot deeper, I think, and a lot more effective this year, because everybody knows what they're doing, and the young guys are starting to pick up on a defense on a quicker basis, and they're starting to learn from us. We're trying to set the standard and for our back end, and I think they're starting to pick that up, and you're starting to see us progress as a whole. But I think we're deeper than we were last year, and it's showing this spring so far.
Thank you.
For sure.
Dudley?
Y'all have at times, I guess, had 6 defensive backs out there. Talk about the versatility of the group and how y'all can move around as needed.
Like I said, it's we just know everybody knows what they're doing, so we're able to move around. One day you can play middle safety if we're in our 6 DB package. Before you might have to play nickel or boundary safety, but everybody knows what to do. So it's very versatile for us to move around, and it's easier for the coaches to feel comfortable to call certain coverages, just because we all know what to do, and we all feel comfortable playing with each other. And like I said, the younger guys are starting to pick that up too, and it's making the coach's job easier as far as who he can put in and who's going to step up. So back end for sure is making a lot of progress, and it's amazing thing to see.
Trey?
Speaking of younger guys, I want to ask you about one specifically, Jaden Johnson. Looks like he's getting the swing of things pretty early, seeing, getting some looks and stuff. How has he been, on the field, but also behind the scenes? How's he getting things?
He's picking up on things well, behind the scenes, he's not afraid to ask questions. He's going to make sure he knows what he's doing. He's going to be in a film room. He's always in a film room trying to get better. He always asking me questions, not even just from a coverage or what to do in the defense standpoint, just on certain things, how to handle things that I've went through so far, and just kind of just taking him under my wing a little bit, just making sure that he's good. But he's definitely picking up on things fast, and you can tell that he's a baller, and, he's played the game for a long time. He's starting to realize too that, you got he can do that and also know his assignment. And when you put that together, he's going to be unstoppable. So excited for his future, but he's definitely got great things for him down the road. I'm glad he's joined us in our back end.
I'll preface this by saying I saw the hit you had on Raheem Sanders. It was a good lick, but I also saw, football, you give a little, take a little. Hudson had a pretty good shot on you on I think maybe a 30-yard catch. You've probably gone up against him a good bit. What have you seen from him from an improvement standpoint? He talks about being more physical, and that's some of the stuff they're trying to do in tight end room. What are you seeing from Hudson?
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot more physical. You can tell that he's starting to gain a little more confidence and starting to realize his potential and what he has to offer for the offense and get to the offense. But Yeah, he's having a really good spring so far. He's having less MAs. You can tell that he's flowing fast. He's moving fast. He can tell he knows what's going on. And yeah, he's definitely gotten stronger. I learned that the hard way, but yeah, no, he definitely got a little bit stronger. But no, like I said, like he's a really good tight end, and he makes me better each and every day. We always say iron sharpens iron, and that's a perfect example of me going against him every day.
Thanks, Jalen.
Tom.
I think he's
Muted.
Yeah, I was wondering if we are going to see any 4-man fronts during the spring. It looks like today was a day. I mean, is that just something where you got to make sure that you work that too, and just have your nickel in?
For sure, yeah. I always say you got to be flexible. So if a 3 front's not the best package for a certain game down the road, you got to go to a 4 front, or maybe the package for a 3 front might work, but you got to have both in your games, just because you don't know what an offense is going to do. OCs change around every single year, and you just don't know what the certain team is going to throw at you. So you got to be ready for either or. So we're definitely putting that in just so we have both packages. But we definitely done 3 front a lot more this spring, but we're adding a 4 front as well, just in case if we need it and stuff like that. But like I said, I think Odom do a really good job of implementing both of them and making sure everybody knows it. And we're going over a lot in film and walkthroughs, make sure everybody's in the right gap, right responsibility. And so, yeah, we're definitely adding both of them and making sure everybody knows what to do on both.
Yeah, we saw Malik Chavis with a pick in the first scrimmage, and I think Greg Brooks said on the Tuesday before y'all left that he had another one that day. I'm wondering, is he coming along? Is he going to help? And are there any other surprise guys out there that might surprise some people?
Yeah, Malik's coming along really well. I've seen him. We came in together as freshmen and just see him progress. And, he was playing corner and then moved to nickel for a little bit and then got moved to safety, and he kind of just stayed there. And he's definitely picking up on stuff too. He's another guy that just kind of, asks me questions, wants to learn, wants to make sure he's in the right responsibility and making sure that he's good. Another guy that's really stepping up, making plays for us is Nate Perotti. We call him Perot Dog, because he's a dog on the field. He'll surprise you. He's not the biggest cat out there, but he'll definitely let you know that he can hang with anybody. And he's definitely making plays, and he's came a long way. And I know the coaches are definitely taking note of that and seeing that. But yeah, I mean, I shout out to the whole back end. I think everyone's doing a really good job making plays and spurts and doing good things for us for the spring so far.
Thanks, John.
For sure.
All right, let me know if you've got more questions in the chat. Scotty.
Hey, Jalen, just looking back on your play last year, what did you find as kind of points in your game to improve on that could push you to the next level, and I guess just in general benefit the defense?
Honestly, I think for me it's just being consistent and honestly just being a little more vocal. I felt like I led more just by, just the way I play, but I realized that people pick off of my energy, and I feel like my words can hold powerful to our defense and they listen. So definitely trying to be more a leader as far as me communicating rather than showing by actions, and just being a consistent player to help my defense. I feel like I made a lot of plays, but there's also a lot of plays that I left out there last year from watching film with my with coach this past year. And so I definitely want to be more of a consistent football player and making those plays and not leaving too many plays out there on the field that can be made that I know I can make, but definitely making strides for that. And, so that's what the spring's going to do for me, is making sure I'm assignment sound and I'm just making the plays that are there for me to be made.
And maybe kind of a personal question, but what drives or motivates you as a player and away from the field too?
I would say, honestly, just my fear of failure. I don't want to fail my team. I don't want to let my whole team down. So I think that drives me to make sure I know what I'm doing, making sure I'm going hard 100%. And I just know how much the coaches invest in us. I know on the defensive side, they invest in us heavily. I know offensive side the same way, but I just don't want to let anyone down. So I make sure I go hard every single play and make sure that I'm in the right responsibility on the defensive side, making sure that I'm present wherever I'm at to the best of my ability. So I don't let anybody down. I just do my part.
Last one, Nate.
Just as far as the scrimmage, what was Coach Odom's assessment after viewing the film of the defense?
We ran with some energy. We played hard. We were more assignment sound for sure. D-line was getting a lot more pressure on a quarterback. I think, for example, DG probably had 5-6 sacks. So in the record game, it was really good. So he was getting to the quarterback. The whole D line was doing good. Linebackers were filling in the gaps and not afraid to shoot their shots. And on the back end, we were just making plays. We were in the right spots, and when the play had to be there, be made, we made it. And like I said, we still have some things we have to work on for sure. Like I said, Coach Odom's never a satisfied person. He's always going to nitpick things that we can improve on. So that's what we're going to emphasize going into this week. And then we'll pick on more stuff we got to work on before we get to the spring game, which everything will kind of come to light on what we really need to work on. But overall, I think defense especially is doing a really good job of flying around and making plays, not just like individually, but as a whole. So I'm excited to see what things are going to be for us in store down the road.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Jalen. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Everybody good?